Okay, ice cream, whipped cream, no-nos when you're dieting, right? Not necessarily. So today, guys, I want to show you the ways that I have found to make cutting and dieting sustainable and most importantly, effective. We're gonna go through the top foods that I have found most effective for dieting. So stick around, it's coming up. Hey guys, welcome to Dadbod Fitness. I'm so glad you've tuned into this video. This channel is all about inspiring change, motivating your transformation, and helping you share that adventure with your family. It is a wonderful morning. It's very early in the morning, but I had to get up and share with you guys these different tips for cutting. I've been on about a 12-week cutting plan, and I'm nearing the end of it, but I wanted to go over these different food items and strategies to show you that dieting can be effective, it can be sustainable, and it doesn't have to be miserable. Disclaimer, these are not the only ways, these are not the only foods. These are the ways that I've found most effective and that I've learned through experience and from other bodybuilders that have shown to be really effective. So, with no further ado, let's kind of get into it here. All right, so what I kind of sectioned out is carbohydrates over here, fats here, and then protein sources over here. Really, my day is relatively consistent throughout the week. You typically, breakfast in the morning, so I work out early in the morning. Breakfast then is typically good old Arbonne protein shake. This is the chocolate flavor. We also have a chai flavor and a vanilla flavor. I'll put a link in the description. I did a review on protein powders. If you haven't seen that, I'll link that in the description below as well, that review of protein powders. I absolutely love the Arbonne protein, and I'll put a link so that you guys can get this if you want it. Tastes fantastic, and it's a heck of a lot cheaper than something like Shakeology or something like that. So awesome, it's pea protein, vegan, gluten-free, all plant-based ingredients. Really good stuff. So I'll do that typically. I'll mix it with some fruit or some, hold on a moment, PB Fit. PB Fit's also fantastic, another protein source as well. It gives you some nice peanut butter flavor. So I'll mix it with some fruit. I also will add some almond milk into it. Almond milk, super low calories, 30 grams per cup, well, per 8 ounces. Really tasty. I don't even normally like to drink regular milk, but this stuff I can drink. So really good stuff, really low calorie, helps to fill you up. So I'll do a shake with that. I'll throw lots of ice in there, blend it all together, and make it a really awesome shake. So then typically, I always like to have something like savory in the morning, so I'll typically do, I put eggs technically in the fats because they're gonna be higher in fat than they are in protein, at least as far as the yolk goes. But absolutely love it. Usually I'll do like 1 egg now while I've been dieting, 1 egg, and then I'll mix it with 2 or 3 servings of egg whites, which gives you a lot more volume, makes it a lot more filling. And I've even thrown in like turkey bacon, 2 or 3 slices of turkey bacon, which also helps to bring out the volume, and it just tastes really good. And one thing I started doing kind of later, I usually kind of really pull back on cheese because it's high in calories, but I also want to get the good fats in. So I'll actually sprinkle, about 1 ounce of mozzarella cheese, because mozzarella tends to be the lowest in calories. It's about 80 per ounce, and it really brings out the flavor for the eggs, and to me, that makes breakfast really enjoyable. So that's kind of breakfast. That's typically what my breakfast might look like. A shake, some eggs, and how could I forget? I also like this Fit Active multigrain bread. As you can see, it's pretty much gone because I've been going through it. I usually only have 1, maybe 2 slices, but it's 45 calories per slice, and it's multigrain bread. It's pretty good bread considering, how low in calories it is. But that also, I'll do 1 slice. During my dieting, I haven't been doing snacking. I'll show you in a little bit what I use to kind of curb hunger in between meals, because I really want my body to kind of have to access the fat stores in between my meals. Sometimes I'll snack, but not typically. I like to have a bigger meal when I actually eat. So lunch throughout the week pretty much is gonna be a salad. So I'm telling you, I cram pack a salad bowl about this big. I want lots of volume, and I cram it full of all different sorts of stuff. So we've got, we get the organic kale, as much as we can. We usually do that for spinach as well, but it does increase the price. Sometimes we'll do a little bit of both, but you're talking a green leafy vegetable that's gonna have the chemicals and pesticides and all that kind of stuff right on it. So if you can get organic, great. If you can afford it, fantastic. So organic kale, I'll actually mix this in the shakes too as well, and spinach. I haven't done it a lot lately, but that also helps to make the volume bigger as well. So I will take like a cup of kale, probably half a cup of spinach, and then we've also been doing these giant things of organic spring mix. We've really found that to be helpful because we get it at Aldi, which it's super cheap, so really helpful there. I'll take like sometimes basically a giant handful of spring mix, a good handful of kale and spinach. Carrots, can't go wrong with carrots. Usually if I want a really low calorie salad, I'll cut the carrots out and I'll do like a pepper. I don't have those because we just went grocery shopping, but we literally plowed through all the produce in about 2 days. So this is kind of what's left. But carrots, I'll cut up, 5 carrots or so. And then I'll also throw in peppers, cucumbers. Pro tip here, cucumbers are super low in calories. It's like 8 calories a cup. A lot of bodybuilders don't even track greens when they make a salad. I tend to because I like to be as accurate as I can. Banana peppers, another good thing to get some flavor into your salad. Really, basically no calories. Cucumbers are absolutely fantastic. Peppers, definitely do. Those things all make a salad really good. So, of course, what typically makes a salad that much better is dressing. So, really quick, while I'm on lunches and salads, I'll touch on dressings. This is not the type that I usually get. This is Italian, but I usually get the light Italian, which is like 20 calories for 2 tablespoons. I'll do, maybe a serving and a half of that, and I'm good to go. And then I mix in some apple cider vinegar. So I'll mix in some apple cider vinegar. You don't really taste apple cider vinegar. It's just enough to keep the salad kind of wet and moist, and makes it that much better to eat. Other little secrets, hot sauce, mustard are 0 calories. You don't have to track them. And I'm not huge on spice, but I do like it. So I've tried adding both of these to my salad. So you basically keeps your salad really low calorie instead of adding like a ranch, which is 130 calories for 2 tablespoons. I wouldn't go there unless you really want it. But you can add that too. You just make it work in your calories. Just add that. If you really, really like ranch, then go for it. Just plan it out. That's all you need to do. So I found mustard goes really great with like tuna. I don't have any tuna left, but tuna is typically the protein I'll put on my salad. Super low calories. Again, I can get like 2 servings of tuna, which is almost 30 grams of protein, and it's only 100 calories. So those I've found great for dressings. Also, salsa. This is like a Simply Nature. It's an Aldi brand. It's a thick and chunky mild salsa. So you're talking typically, this is 10 calories for 2 tablespoons. You can get a quarter cup for 20 calories. And sprinkle that on, cut a fresh lime, squeeze that on there. I've also gotten some really awesome different salsas. There's a mango peach salsa that I absolutely love. And then there's a cilantro lime salsa. Those things are really good. It makes kind of like a Mexican salad. Get you dressing, super low calories, doesn't kill you. And salad, guys, is incredibly filling. I know it's not always enjoyable to eat, but I make it enjoyable with the things that I can put on it. So that's kind of typically a lunch. Sometimes for lunch as well, I will throw in cottage cheese. I used to hate cottage cheese. I like to have something else mixed in it. I really enjoy it. It's incredibly filling. It's only 80 calories for a half a cup. Typically I'll do a cup, so it's 160 calories. And I get the 1% milk fat, so it's not too high in fats. But you're talking, it's 11 grams of protein per serving. So 1 cup, and that gets you a good 22 grams of protein. So I'll do that, and I love mixing in a cup or less of berries. Blueberries and strawberries even are really fantastic. And I do the frozen kind. I usually make it the night before or the morning of. By the time I eat it later in the day, for work, if I'm out, stick it in the cooler, it kind of melts enough and keeps the cottage cheese still cold, and then the juices kind of mix in. Tastes really good, I'm telling you. Really filling, really delicious. Sometimes I'll throw that in for lunch as well, but a lot of times, if I can make it work with a salad, I'll save that for like a snack for later in the night. The only other thing would be yogurt. I'll do plain yogurt. I don't do it a ton, but I'll do it a few times a week, and I'll mix in like a half a tablespoon of honey, add a bunch of cinnamon to it, mix that up. It's practically dessert. So that leads me then to dinners. Typically are gonna have a good filling veggie, carb, and a protein. I love, love, love these chicken thigh cutlets. I'm telling you, they're the way to go. I love chicken breast as well, but you know, throughout the summer here, we love to grill like everyone else. Chicken thighs are delicious. They're a little higher in calories because they're higher in fat. Super, super good. And when you're talking, it's 140 calories for 3 ounces. You know, I'll do anywhere between 3 and 6 ounces. Almost 20 grams of protein per serving. Really good. Then you know, you don't need to put anything on it really. We do seasonings and different things. Absolutely delicious. And I love pairing it with like broccoli, which you don't see here, but I eat a ton of broccoli. Guys, broccoli, 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 steam it. It tastes so good. Just get fresh broccoli and steam it. Incredibly filling. It's also a fibrous vegetable. And green beans as well. I like the extra fine. Really good. I add some smoked paprika, add some salt, pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, teaspoon of olive oil. Absolutely fantastic. That's typically what a dinner might look like. And sometimes I'll even save my dinner for later in the night, you know, an hour or two before I go to bed. I know a lot of people don't like to eat that late at night, but calories in versus calories out. As long as you're not causing yourself to lose sleep because you're uncomfortable, eating at night is okay. As long as you're eating the right foods and you're staying within your calorie target. That's the key. Sweet potatoes. Love sweet potatoes. I don't eat a ton right now because I'm trying to limit the carbs, but sweet potatoes are great. You can cook them in the oven. You could cook them in the microwave. That's also a great tip. Wrap them in a paper towel, stick them in the microwave for about 6 or 7 minutes. Fantastic. Then you can peel it and it's like a snack. Quinoa is also a great option. I don't have any here in the house because we ran out, but quinoa, if you want a good whole food carbohydrate, really awesome. There's a lot of different things that you can do with it. Plain by itself, it's okay, but we like adding seasonings, or my wife will make like a dessert quinoa with just a touch of maple syrup, cinnamon, and then like cutting up an apple in it. Really good, fantastic. Love eating that. Mixing it with salmon, which is also another dinner protein that we'll typically do, or for lunch as well. You could throw that on a salad. You get a whole bunch of different stuff. So you're talking 110 calories, 23 grams of protein. We really like the salmon. I would stay away from, you know, other fishes like tilapia. It's like one of the dirtiest fish out there. I wouldn't recommend eating it. I have eaten it and I've enjoyed it. Not gonna lie, but it's not the cleanest fish because there's a lot of garbage that the fish themselves will ingest, and then that's going into your body. Brown rice, I don't do a ton of brown rice. I definitely stay away from white rice just because I want something more whole. You don't have to. You can eat white rice for sure. Again, just plan it into your calories because rice can be a little higher in calories. But brown rice is really good, especially with some salmon or different things like that. That leads me to fats. I haven't been eating a ton of nuts. I need to eat more nuts. But I love the raw cashews. We get the raw whole cashews. Really good source of fats. As I've already mentioned, mozzarella cheese. I will do mild cheddar as well, like on eggs or different things. Avocados, guys. Oh my gosh, I love avocados. But avocados are amazing. I'll do avocado, I'll mix it up, throw some salt in there, add that onto my Fit Active bread in the morning, and then throw eggs on top. Just had it the other day. Oh, it's so good. During a bulk, I put this on salads because I didn't mind having a higher calorie salad. But my wife and I, we love our guacamole, and I'm telling you, it's a super healthy fat. Be careful with the calories because it is a fat, so it's going to be higher in calories. I'm an expert guacamole maker. So we do 2 avocados, and then I'll throw in, and they're not the big ones. They're like a medium size, sometimes smaller. So 2 avocados, I'll do like maybe a 1/4 cup of chopped red onion, and then 1/8 cup of cilantro. Cut a fresh lime, squeeze that in there, add salt, mix it up, it's so good. And I don't, right now, eat any kind of tortilla chip, just because they're that much higher in calories. I love them, but I'm kind of abstaining for the time being. But my wife and I found when we did the 30 Days to Healthy Living last fall, brown rice tortillas. So I'll do like 4 of these for the both of us, and I take a pizza cutter and I cut them into slices, so it's like 12 chips tortilla. I don't put anything on them. Put them on a cooking sheet, stick them in the oven, 350 degrees for like 15 to 20 minutes. They get nice and crispy. Oh, it's so good. And it's a more substantial chip. Also, a lot fewer ingredients, and they're lower in calories, a little lower in fat. So I can have more of these, and they're more substantial than a tortilla chip. Okay, ice cream, whipped cream, no-nos when you're dieting, right? Not necessarily. Last night, I just had pizza, homemade pizza. Guys, I don't eat a lot of it, but I make it possible in my calorie count. Typically on the weekend, I'll have it maybe like once or twice a weekend. Sometimes if I'm really splurging, I'll do it like a Friday, Saturday, Sunday night. You gotta make it sustainable. I love ice cream. I make it work with my calories so that I can still hit my calorie targets. And if I'm doing a refeed day, you know, on the weekend, then it kind of works out that way anyways. Love my Panda Paws ice cream. You know, I will measure out my ice cream sometimes. Usually I eyeball it. And on days typically where I'm fasting, I'll be really low in calories anyway, so I make it possible that I can have an ice cream sundae because it's something to look forward to. Makes it sustainable because I feel like I'm not having to sacrifice everything. Because, I mean, 12 weeks is a long time. It's a longer cut, and I'm even probably going to go a little bit past that. So make it sustainable. I'll even melt peanut butter and put that on my ice cream sundae. Yes, it's higher calories. I'm not hitting my macros exactly, but it's okay. It's more about consistency. I'm not doing that 6 days a week. I'm doing that, you know, 1, 2, maybe 3 days a week. But I'm always 5 to 6 days hitting my macros on target, on point. So I like my ice cream. We will out on the weekends, typically, you know, if we're going out to eat or something like that, I always I try my best to plan it in. And on the weekends, I might be a little higher in calories unless I'm fasting, but I'll try to keep it nice and low and just work that in and plan around it. If you know in advance what you need to do, then you can do it. I'll drop my calories a little bit each day leading up to the weekend if I know there's going to be an event. Like I had a birthday. We had a lot of different food there. Went to a restaurant. So I cut my calories throughout the week so that I could try and keep myself in the deficit for the week overall, because that's really what matters. We also have special protein bars, homemade protein bars. Again, I make them with this stuff, with the Arbonne protein, peanut butter, and we do the organic peanut butter because it's strictly just peanuts, roasted peanuts and some salt. It's going to be a lot better for you. You're not getting that refined sugar mixed in there. So it's the protein powder, peanut butter, honey. We do rolled oats and then brown rice crispy cereal. Mix that all together. Melt down the peanut butter and the honey, mix it all together, stick it in the pan, stick it in the fridge. Guys, they're dessert bars. They're a little higher in calories, but I plan for it accordingly so I can have 1 or 2 at night. It helps me get through the week if I don't have something sweet at the end of the day like ice cream. That's my typical day. I think that covers everything. So you can have ice cream and still lose weight. You can have pizza and still lose weight as long as you're not eating it constantly. If you have it once a week or maybe a couple times a month, something like that. Or for me, in my case, I make the ice cream work so I can have it a couple times a week. I just don't go overboard, don't have a giant bowl of it. And hey guys, I am all in to help you reach your body fat goals. So tweet me or comment me below. Hit the subscribe button, guys. I would love to hear from you. And as always, guys, stay intentional and bring the intensity. And I will see you next time. Thanks for sticking around.